When the sun began to disappear, nobody waited for an astronomer. They rang bells until their hands bled. They raised axes, sickles, and pieces of iron toward the sky. They lit fires, because somewhere above the clouds a Vârcolac had its teeth around the sun. And if it swallowed the last piece of light, the world would end before morning. This is not the werewolf you know. The Vârcolac could be wolf-like. It could be monstrous. It could be the wandering soul of a cursed person. But at its largest, it was not hunting in the forest. It was hunting the sky. In Romanian folklore, eclipses needed an enemy. The moon did not simply pass in front of the sun. Something alive had bitten into it. People watched the daylight turn wrong, thin, gray, frightened, and imagined a cosmic beast climbing over the edge of the world. Some said it ate the moon. Others said it chewed the sun. In a few accounts, the red color of an eclipse was blood running from the Vârcolac's mouth across the face of heaven. That image is almost impossible to forget. A black wolf against a burning sun. But the Vârcolac was more disturbing than a single animal. It could begin as a human problem. Some traditions said a person became one after death. Others blamed a soul that left the sleeping body and wandered too far. Still others connected the creature with children who died before baptism, a belief that should be understood as the grief and fear of earlier communities, not as a judgment on real children. The point was always the same. Something without a safe place in the human world found its way into the sky. And once it reached the sun or moon, everybody below became responsible for stopping it. That is why the village made noise. Bells, pots, guns, shouts. Metal struck against metal. Across the world, eclipses have inspired the same instinct. If a monster is eating the light, make enough noise to scare it away. But Romanian stories add a darker edge. The beast is not necessarily an outsider from another planet. It may carry a human soul inside it. Imagine what that means. The thing devouring the sun might once have slept under a roof like yours. The word Vârcolac shifts shape across regions and centuries. In some stories, it moves closer to a werewolf. In others, it resembles a vampire-like revenant or a wolfish demon. Trying to force every version into one modern category misses the real horror. The Vârcolac is a hunger that becomes too large for the earth. It is the appetite that reaches past livestock, past people, past villages, and opens its mouth around the light that keeps everything alive. And there was a terrible rule behind it. The eclipse could not be ignored. If people stopped ringing the bells, stopped lifting iron, stopped fighting back with sound and fire, the beast might finish its meal. The sun would not return because the universe was orderly. It would return because the village had defended it. That belief turned fear into action. During an event no one could control, everyone had a job. Light the fire, wake the neighbors, strike the bell, do not let the sky go quiet. We can call that superstition now. But picture the experience without the language of astronomy. Midday becomes dusk. Birds stop singing. Dogs panic. The sun appears injured. Would you calmly explain orbital mechanics? Or would you look up and feel with every part of your body that something had gone terribly wrong? The Vârcolac gave that terror a face, or perhaps a muzzle. It also gave people hope. A beast can be driven away. Hunger can be interrupted. The sun can be saved. One bell strike at a time. The Vârcolac is not scary because it might eat you. It is scary because it eats the one thing every living thing needs and leaves the whole world watching its mouth close. If you saw the sun darken over your village, would you know it was an eclipse, or would you still reach for something made of iron? Tell me below. And subscribe, because next time we enter a room where one name is never spoken after dark, especially near a sleeping child,